original Star Wars Battlefront games are well known for letting you experience different Battlefronts in the Star Wars universe. The second Battlefront game expanded on this concept and brought us even more planets and even more places in the Star Wars universe that are iconic from the movies, both prequels and original trilogy. So, today we're going over the top 5 best maps in all of Battlefront 2. Let's do this! Kamino got a huge bump over the original Battlefront because they made a couple of changes that drastically changed how this map was played. It always had the potential of being a great or goated map, but it could not reach that potential because of the flaws, and these flaws were huge the developers left in the first Battlefront. But now they fixed a lot of these. For one, the neutral command posts are not a good idea in this map at all because jetpack troopers just completely annihilated, especially the way it was laid out in the first game. Guess what? You don't have that problem anymore. Jetpack troopers are still really good in this map, but it doesn't make it way too easy. And like before, you're able to go from behind and just capture like the one closest to their command post, and then you just go from there and capture all the other command posts, and they have one, and you basically win. Now you can't really do that because, of course, it's not a neutral starting map. Now they, of course, added the big area into both sides. So before, just the clones, for example, had like that big cloning facility area on the inside, whatever you call it. I don't know what the hell it was called. And then you had an outside map, and that's where the droids would spawn, for example, right? Well, you don't have that anymore. Both sides have their main command post as the big one, but of course, that's not their main one because they all have a bunch of other ones. But the whole point is that they have the same amount of command posts from the start, and there's no like one side gets this overpowered command post versus the other. You both kind of have that. So then you have all the benefits of the map, that being so open, so many different platforms to go on. Sniping's really fun on it. Jetpacking's really cool. The under platforms like a super cool like flanking method you can do. You can still do that. It's pretty awesome, and just like it's just really fun and flows really well. Like just a super cool map, and it works extremely well in Battlefront 2. So much better than they did in the first game. They made a huge improvement on this map, so it has to go to the number 5 spot. Coruscant, or as they really should have called it, the Jedi Temple, because you're just not going to Coruscant at all, but whatever, who cares? It's a classic and just amazing map. It's like, it's one of those ones that has all neutral command posts, but this is a prime example of how to do it. The map has lots of cover, and the command posts on both sides that you spawn in, so like the Rebels spawn on the one, the Empire spawn on the other is my example I'm going to use, are both very well balanced because they're close to one another and both are not super easy to take over. And the Rebel one is a little bit closer to other command posts, where the Empire one's a little bit further away, but the Empire one's way harder to capture than the Rebel one is. So that makes it super balanced for 1. 2, it's just a great map. You have that open area where a whole bunch of battles go on, and then you have the little side parts with the turrets, and you can snipe in that, camp inside of your command post. There's just so many like ways of playing this map, and it's just so much fun too. It's such a good map. I really do enjoy playing on this one. It's not one of those maps where the guys are all too close together and a Jedi can just come in and destroy them. You do have like a fighting chance to get a Jedi, which is also a really good point to make out in this map, or any Battlefront 2 map in general, is that the Jedi are extremely overpowered in this game, and sometimes the maps just make them more overpowered, like Death Star, for example. This is one of those maps where the Jedi aren't that good, because again, you have so many ways to take care of them, because you have so much like open space that's not like not too open, and yeah, it's just a great map. So it has to go to the number 4 spot. The Kamikaze Run map, or Hoth as it should be called. This map is so classic. It's the best of the big, huge battlefield, Battlefront maps, whatever you want to call them. And it's actually one that they did not change too much from the original Battlefront. It's classic. Me and my brothers used to play this a bunch, do suicide runs and a bunch of stupid stuff on this map back when we used to play this game together all the time. But the one thing that does not make it as much fun as the original is that you cannot jump out of your ship. Like, what? Why can't you jump out of the ship? You know what? I love doing that, but that doesn't make it bad. I don't care. The one thing, it's just great. Like, it just, there's so much like good stuff about it. You can like, again, there's another map that inspires so many different play styles because of the way the hills are laid out and the map's just designed, really, is what I'm trying to get at. You know, you can snipe, you can run and gun, you can hold out in the turrets, try and defend the shield bunker. And it's one of the only maps with a destructible command post in Battlefront 2, which is really cool. Don't know why they took it away in a lot of the other maps, but whatever, who cares. And yeah, it's just so much fun to play as the Empire or play as the Rebels. You can't really go wrong with either. It's so varied, and just you're just gonna have a good time if you're playing this map. I know that Bespin is just like brought over from the original Battlefront, but like I can't deny that it's amazing in here, and if just as much fun as it was in the first Battlefront, if not better than it was. Like, you know the way this map works, right? You have the top part of the map that allows for a huge advantage for anyone that can capture all the command posts with a lot of battle that's going on up there. And then you have the bottom part with an open courtyard, which is easy pickings if you're really dumb and don't do anything. The carbon freezing chamber, and that part where Luke and Vader fought with that command post next to it. I don't know what that part's called. It's really cool though. Like, yeah. So anyone who knows like what they're doing in this map, it's a lot of fun, because if you lose all the ones up top, you have the carbon freezing chamber or the one where Luke and Vader fought, for example, with the courtyard, then you'll be fine because you can camp out in those command posts and slowly make your way up to the other ones and kind of make a comeback. Or you can just hold out in those ones, which is super cool to do because it's a really good spot to hold out on as well, because you have a huge advantage over the other guys when you're holding out inside of there. So like taking the calculus is not always a guaranteed win. Now if you're playing against a dumb AI, especially in Battlefront 2, it pretty much is a guaranteed win because they don't know what they're doing. But like if you're playing against competent players, or like you're just playing against someone else, or you know, like pretty much anything except for dumb AI, you're gonna have a good time, you know. And like it's more fun to start from the bottom and make your way up than it is to start from the top and make your way down, because it's more of a challenge, and it varies up the map, and it's just like in such a fun and like unique way. It's like every class is viable here, and again, like a lot of these maps, right, that are really good. And just I really like this map, but you can't tell. I do think it's better in Battlefront 2 than it is in Battlefront 1. Because of you know, just the way the aiming works and the game overall works, you know, because like not having running on this map in Battlefront 1 is quite frustrating. Like sometimes it made sense, but in this map it's just like, come on, like I just need that little bit to get this fucking command post, and it just pissed me off. And you don't have that problem in Battlefront 2. So yeah, number 2 for sure. And Mos Eisley is still, I consider, to be the best of the best when it comes to the classic Battlefront 2 maps. It's just so much fun, so chaotic at the same time as it being fun. The layout is just perfect. It allows for some highly skilled play of the rooftops, something that a great map is always able to do. And then also enables all classes. Short range classes are good, snipers are good, rocket launchers are good for holding out. You can get to the turret, you can be an engineer, you can do whatever you want to do. The Jedi aren't too overpowered here because you have the rooftops to like camp on and take them out with, you know, with like a rocket launcher or grenades or something, you know, and or just kill them with your regular blaster. And like it just plays so well. I love jumping up on the rooftops. It's so cool, and it's just so varied. The command posts are all even out, eat perfectly. The battles all take place in just such like fun places, and just like they're so chaotic and take so long, the battles at times. Man, you're just having such a blast in this game. You don't care how long the battles are taking. And yeah, it's just, oh, it's amazing. I love it. I can play this map all day, man. All day. That's why I don't usually complain that it's like the first map you get in Galactic Conquest when you're playing like Clone Wars, because it's just like, it is such a classic. You don't care. Even if they go after it over and over again, you're just gonna have a great time every you do. So yeah, number 1 for sure. And that's the top 5, guys. Let me know what your top 5 Battlefront 2 maps are in the comments down below. I hope to see you all in the next one.